Hello and welcome everyone. Danny Garola here with stampinthepinkbarn.com. Hope that everything is going well on here. Hello, Miss Frida. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Becky. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Marcia. So today I'm going to be featuring the He's All That, and I thought it was very well appropriate for Father's Day that is coming upon us so fast. I swear. I'm like, oh my gosh, are we really in June? And it's really funny because Father's Day is on the 18th and my daughter's birthday is on the 19th. So Father's Day and my daughter's birthday, we kind of always share together. Well, now that she's getting older, I'm feeling that she needs to have her own day, and Father's Day can be its own thing. So, and then my dad's birthday is coming up on the 9th, so it's just one of these things, on the 9th. So it's like one of these things that is just like, the month of June is crazy. My mom has surgery coming up on the 13th. So there's just, a lot of craziness coming up in June, but I just can't wait for birthdays to happen. I'm so excited. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do since my daughter is no longer on keto. She can now, eat anything and everything that she wants. So we're trying to do something kind of special for her so we could go out to kind of a restaurant that she can have pretty much what she wants. And so we've been kind of talking and planning. I would like to take her up to Phoenix. There is a place called, and I'm sure you guys have all heard of it, Medieval Times. Now, when my older two kids were younger, hello, Linda. When my older two kids were younger, we took a vacation to Disneyland over in Anaheim, California. And while we were there, we also went to the Medieval Times there. But now that we have one locally here in Arizona, I thought that, that might be kind of fun for her. But I don't know if I want to wait and save that for like one of those milestone birthdays. She's going to be 14 this year. But I thought, you know what? It's one of those things where she could sit there, she could be loud because the crowd gets loud, and we don't have to worry about trying to tell her, to be quiet, because she does get a little loud at times. So I just thought, that might be the perfect thing to do for her. So I don't know, we're kind of contemplating and talking about it. We definitely wouldn't do it on that 17th or 18th weekend. We'd probably wait until later in the week, just because we know it would probably be crazy busy because of Father's Day. So that's another thing, is we have to plan things out so we don't wind up trying to correspond a birthday on Father's Day. It just doesn't work out too well. So I know I saw somebody else come in here. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Wendy. Make sure I say hi to you all. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming in here and watching. Yeah, I've got some super cute cards to share with you guys tonight. Thank you all who made your purchases last week and got the super cute Hey Chuck card kit. Those went out in the mail today. So yeah, very, very fun. So again, this week I will be doing a card kit for the He's All That. Now with the He's All That, it used to be a bundle in previous catalogs. It is now not a bundle anymore. So if you do not have that set, when I get you guys flipped around, I will show you the set. You're going to want the dies and the stamps to correspond with these cards. Now, that being said, you can always use any products that you have to create Father's Day cards. My kit just is meant for this stamp set, but you can always do any kind of improvise that you want on them, just so you don't think that, oh God, those cards are so cute, I don't have that set. any set will pretty much work because it's pretty much a lot of sentiments. I will say that the All That Dies set is an amazing an amazing die set to have because it can go with anything. You've got banners in there, you've got a lot of labels in there that will correspond with any of your sentiment stamps. You've got a couple of circles and ovals and just a great all around die set to have for a lot of different kinds of occasion cards. So don't think that that is only for the Father's Day or masculine cards. It will go with any of your cards. So just to let you guys know that, I'm going to get you guys flipped around. We're going to get into our winners of last week's cards, along with that when you share my video. Last week, I had a special giveaway. It is for the Adorable Owls. I will also be doing another really fabulous giveaway for the sharing of this video. I forgot to bring it over here. Now, I have to tell you guys that Miss Wendy Zilly, who is on here, or Zelly, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you, Nancy, for sharing, and hello, dear. She has given me and so graciously gifted me with a lot of stamp sets this last week. So I will be doing more stamp sets and dies and embossing folders with our giveaways for those of you who share. I wish I would have brought the set over that, and I totally forgot when I left the house today, but I will be doing a stamp set for this next giveaway. I will post it in here on the group, and I'll let you know if you share this video what you will be in the giveaway for, because I spaced it. I grabbed everything else and I thought I was doing so well until I just looked and I was like, "Argh, I forgot the stamp set." So I'll get a picture of it and I'll get it posted so you guys know that when you share this video, you will be in the giveaway for that stamp set. Hello, Anna. So let me get you guys flipped around. I have a couple of cards that I want to share with you, and we will get to this. All right, so hold on. And I have to say, Wendy lives in Canada, and she gifted me so many sets and die sets and embossing folders, and I cannot believe she sent those down from Canada and paid that shipping that she paid to so graciously be able to give me these items that I can now share with you all for my giveaways. She was absolutely amazing for doing that. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Wendy. I know you're on here watching. Okay, I think that's straight. I think we will be okay right there. If I move some of this stuff out of the way, move my other light so things aren't distracting in here. And I definitely got to throw my hair up because it's quite warm today. I think we were, what did we hit today? We were 95 today. So yesterday we were triple digits. So kind of nice today. My son and my husband had to go run out and grab a load of hay for all of our outside livestock animals. So they just got back right before I came over here. Hello, Lois. Long time no see, lady. I hope you are doing well. I always wait for you to come in, and I haven't seen you in the last couple of weeks. So thank you for coming in. You must have been, your ears must have been burning or something because I was thinking about you. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the winners of last week's cards and the adorable owl set that I was giving away for those of you who share my video. So for the first card, this is for liking the video. So if you throw up those thumbs or throw up those little hearts, you get entered into a giveaway for one of the cards that I make. So this one is I'm doing for liking last week's video. So that was video 136. Oh no, I'm sorry that you've been sick. Oh, well, I hope you start feeling better. That's no fun at all. This here, it was part of last week's Hey Chuck. So this is going to go to Miss Carol Gifford. So Carol, if you see this, I do not have your address. So please send me your address through Messenger, or you can always email it to me at stampinthepinkbarn@gmail.com. And just send me your address. Please do not put it in the comments here. We don't need the world knowing your information. All right, so that's gonna go to you, Miss Carol Gifford. The next card for commenting last week, this card here, we used one of our punches as well and just punched out some circles on the designer series paper, put a basic white sheet behind it, and then we cased all three of those cute little Hey Chucks. Super, super cute card. On the inside, it's Rise and Shine, and I just stamped some of the little fence on there just to kind of carry that over. And this says, it's your birthday. This is going to Miss Frida Alsip for commenting last week. Thank you so much, Frida. Okay, and for last week, for sharing my video. Now, you guys know it helps me immensely when you guys share this to your page. It gets me more viewers, more followers, and that's what helps me grow my business. So I feel very thankful for you guys who do that, and I wanted to kind of start upping the game of thanking you for doing that. Because I do know that quite a few of you are demonstrators and you're, trying to grow businesses just as well. So this adorable owls set for sharing last week is going to Becky Drake White. So Becky, this stamp set here is going to be coming your way. This is a red rubber cling set. It has your little adhesive pieces on there that you can stick right to that. And so this will come to you, Becky. All right, you guys. So I want to show you guys a couple of cards that I have received over the last couple of weeks. This one here, Wendy put this in her package that when she just sent me all those products that I can use for my giveaways, she included this adorable card. I absolutely love this. And look, she put a little envelope in there that matches. But look at this. This has all these super cute little tags that you pull out of these little pockets. And look, they're different size tags. And look at these little stickers that she added to these. Aren't those so cute? You've got a dragonfly and these little butterflies. Oh, adorable, adorable. I love this, Wendy. And then it opens up for adding your sentiment in the inside of this. Look at this. She even carried the stamping over onto the inside to just make the inside as beautiful as the outside. So very, very, very cool card. Thank you so much, Wendy, for sending this. Okay, the next card. This one came from, this is from Linda Hunt. This one came, she was congratulating us on moving into our new home. Not new, but new to us. So very, very cool. Love this design here with that ribbon behind there. She's embossed that crumb cake on there. And then kind of, again, brought some of that paper to the inside, put a couple of those seashells in there, and just a gorgeous, gorgeous card. So thank you so much, Linda. Then this card here, this came from Miss Rhea Jones. She is one of my team members. Isn't this so beautiful how she did these flowers and attached those? And of course, she knows that I am a pink freak. And then this little slant to these designer series paper in the back just is so cool. And she was just telling me that this was part of a challenge, and that she knew that it had my name written all over it with all the pink attached to it. So very, very beautiful card, Rhea. Thank you so much. And then this one here, this came from Melanie Foy. Very, very beautiful with all these bright and cheery flowers on here. Now, this was a Mother's Day card that Melanie sent me. So gorgeous. Love this scallop oval back here. So yes, very, very cool. Thank you so much, Melanie. And then I got another card. This was a sympathy card for my father-in-law's passing. So I just wanted to share with you guys that. That came from Miss Claudia. So thank you all so much for sending me happy mail. I love receiving happy mail just as much as you guys do. And I love sharing it with you guys to show you guys more ideas. Hello, Karen. Okay, so you guys know that you're here for our class. Again, like I said, we're doing the He's All That today. Hello, Heather. Mystery stamping this month. I have pushed it out a week later than what I normally do just because of my mom's surgery. Hello, Patty. I will be sharing the supply list with you guys on the 14th. And then I will be doing the mystery stamping here on Facebook Live on the 21st. And then the winner will be drawn on the 28th. So just to let you guys know that you guys can keep watch for that. There is a post already over on my blog about that. If you want to know all about mystery stamping, all you do is go across those tabs, go to mystery stamping, and you'll see June's mystery stamping, and you can read all about that. And like I said, I will be putting the supply list up on the 14th. All right, I have my Countryside Inn card class to go. This is already open for registration and will be open through the 17th. And then I will start, I will order everything on the 18th and then get those shipped out starting the 25th, the week of the 25th. And then you guys can enjoy this. This is my June kit. So then starting in July, I will start new cards. This is going to create all 4 of these designs. You're going to get 2 of each paper and cardstock, and you're going to get a full roll of ribbon. You're going to get a pack of the pastel sequence. And so, like I said, you get enough product to create 2 each of these designs. You will need to make sure that you have your Countryside Inn stamp set and the coordinating dies, and you're going to need that Countryside Blooms embossing folder to make the same cards that I have created here. Okay. Not only is my kit available, but we do have the paper pumpkin kit that is going to coordinate with that stamp set dies and the embossing folder. The Welcome In paper pumpkin kit is the one that is available to subscribe to now. This is going to give you 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, 9 coordinating envelopes, 1 Night of Navy Stampin' Spot, 1 photopolymer stamp set, and a coordinating Night of Navy embellishment. And it's going to give you some die cut pieces of vases and some banners that are going to go along with this. So when you go over to my blog, you can read all about that card, this class here under my kit class. And then if you go to promotions, you can scroll down to this paper pumpkin promotion and read more about this. Also in my store, you can add on the little Welcome In dies. This is 3 dies for $6 you're going to get, and they will coordinate with this month's stamp set that comes exclusively in this Welcome In paper pumpkin. You can also click on the links here in the description of this video. For the month of June, we have a designer series paper sale. Now this is on some of our select designer series paper. This runs from the 1st of June through the 30th of June. So you can print off this PDF if you go over to the promotions on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. You can scroll over or go to promotions, scroll down, find the designer series paper sale, scroll through that, and it'll say download PDF. That's where you will find this. This reflects all the sales prices, and it shows you exactly what designer series paper that is on sale through the month. All right. Oh, and just to point out that tonight I am going to be featuring the Let's Go Fishing right up here. This is the paper that's going to be on the cards that I make tonight. I think it is great for those masculine cards and Father's Day and all that good stuff. Also, through the month of June, we have a starter kit promotion going on. So if you've been thinking about joining my team, it's a great time to do that. This is going to get you $155 worth of product of your choice. Now that's in any of our current catalogs, on any of our online exclusives. You can even add clearance products to your starter kit. You get to pick what you want in your starter kit. It is going to give you $155 worth of your choice of products, and you're going to still pay that very, very low price of $99. Then going forward on all of your purchases past then, you're going to save 20% on your products. Normally, if you do this on a non-promotional month, you're going to pick $125. So you're getting an extra added bonus when you sign up with me this month. It's also going to include one of those paper pumpkins in there for you, so you can see what a paper pumpkin's all about if you don't have one. Also, the last Thursday of every month, I do a paper pumpkin alternative for you guys. I do a Facebook Live here, so I can show you kind of what is all inside of a paper pumpkin and what you can do with it beyond what is intended for those kits. I like to try to do a scrapbook page for you guys. So there are a lot of scrapbookers out there that I want to show you that paper pumpkins are for you as well. So you can find more about that over on my blog as well. And with those kits that you are going to be purchasing, you're going to want to add on one of my adhesive kits. This is going to give you all the good things that you need to put all your cards together. It's going to give you a clear 6x6 inch ruler. You're going to get a full pack of regular size dimensionals and mini size dimensionals. You're going to get one of our green glues. You're going to get a sand eraser for all those little ink boo-boos that you might make. It's going to come with an adhesive remover. So if your glue kind of gets a little too heavy and it seeps out the end, this you just run across the edge and it takes all that extra adhesive off. It is going to have a pack of the mini glue dots in there and the Terran tape to hold all of your 3D projects and to hold things down, you know, more than what a glue would do. It's kind of a thicker adhesive. And that's all gonna come cute and tidy in one of these super cute little clear bags. You can go on any of my blog posts down towards the bottom and you can read about my adhesive kits. When you go in and check out that Countryside Inn kit, you can add on one of those adhesive kits to your class kit and it all gets mailed at one time to you. Okay. So I think we can get down to business and make these super cute cards tonight. All right, so the way this works is I'm going to make 3 cards tonight. And when I do, all you would have to do if you want to create the same 3 cards is I will supply enough papers for you to create these on your own. You would have to then just make sure you have this set or a set of your choice, the dies and everything to go with it. So you just simply need to go into my store and place a $35 or more product order That is before shipping and tax. And you must use this host code right here in order to qualify for the card kit that I will send to you in the mail. I do include any ribbon that I use, but I do not include any embellishments. Now, these being masculine cards, I'm not using embellishments on these because I just don't feel that that is needed on a masculine card. So you can read, again, go over to my blog. When we're done with this, I will have it posted up and ready to go by tomorrow morning with all the details on how you get this. Now, this kit class runs through midnight Pacific Standard Time through the 9th. So you must have your orders placed by the 9th, midnight Pacific Time, in order for you to get this kit mailed to you. Okay, so the way your kit's gonna come is it's gonna come just like this. Now, I want to emphasize that each one of your cards is going to come in its envelope. So when you open up your kit, you're gonna see that your card base is here. I normally will make sure that I have your card inside. So in other words, anything that needs to be stamped in the inside will be on the back side of your envelope like this. And then all your pieces that are going to be on the front of your card are going to be in the front of your card base. And then following your next card with your card base are your inside of your card on the inside of your flap. Okay. And then your third card is like this. So then you have all of your supplies each tucked inside of each envelope. So you know what each piece card or what card pieces you need for each card. Okay, so let's get to our first card here. This one, I get all my little pieces out here. My card base is Mossy Meadow. This is 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to fold it in half at the 4 1/4 mark. And we will burnish that down to give that a nice solid crease. There is my base. My next piece that I need is for the inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm just gonna set that in there for now. I actually am going to give you 2 of those. This next piece is going to go for the outside. That's going to be our next layer. And I think my card base is actually bigger than 5.5. So let me cut some of this off. Yep. I knew that was looking a little wonky because I know I cut those correctly. Okay, 2 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4. And like I said, I'll just tuck one on the inside of that. I need some scraps of, I have chosen to use, like I said, that Let's Go Fishing paper. Now that is part of that promotion on the Designer Series paper sale. So you're gonna want to add this to your order. You're gonna wanna get some of this paper. It's great for masculine birthdays, Father's Day, any kind of masculine cards that you need to make. It's got all your little fish on here. It's got some fishing poles and then some really, really great colors on here. You've got Boho Blue, Calypso Coral, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Pebbled Path, Pecan Pie, Petal Pink, Very Vanilla, and Wild Wheat. So very, very neutral toned colors. Love this paper. Okay, so this is the front and back of this. So that's why I show this to you. So then you can see both sides of that paper. All right, and that is a 12 by 12 pack, just so you know. All right, so I have grabbed some scraps of 3 different designs of this paper. And I'm gonna show you why I wanted the 3 different ones. So what I need to do is I need to grab out, now this is that set that I told you that I was going to be using. This is the He's All That. You've got Wishing You a Happy Father's Day, Love This Guy, Hello Handsome, To the man who does everything, happy birthday to a classic. Together for the long haul. And I love that little bus. Oh, it reminds me of the beach. Every day with you is another adventure. Alrighty, Lois, you take care of yourself, and I hope you start feeling better. Here is the Holy Smokes, you're amazing. This is totally works for my guy since he's a butcher and he loves to barbecue. So I always use this stamp for my husband. And then you've got a little corner piece, a button, and then a number 1 little kind of button here. And then the die set, like I said, this die set is perfect for a standalone die. You've got all these different little images that can be aside from this stamp set. So I really want you guys to know that this is a great stamp set to have for any of your sentiments. It gives you a circle, it gives you an oval, you've got an arrow, then you've got these great labels here, you've got some banners, and then you've got these little just different shaped pieces that can be done in any kind of color for a little background piece. And I will be using those tonight to show you kind of what I mean by adding those to a card. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Well, not really, because I need this circle here, and I need this banner. Now, these are straight banners, and then as you can see with these banners, they're curved a little bit. They're both the same direction, but I use them opposites, so that's how I store them. But those are banners there, curved banners, and then you've got the straight banners. I want to use the straight banners. It's going to cut both of these at one time. So those are going to be cut out on a piece of Mossy Meadow. And then I need a piece of Very Vanilla, which these two are Very Vanilla also, if I didn't say that. And we are going to use this for stamping and for die cutting our little oval. All right, so let's get down to first things first. I'm going to move these out of the way, and we are going to get to cutting our circles first. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these over to my machine. I'm going to put these on all 3 of these, and I'm going to die cut those circles. Now, I've already done this just to save ourselves a little bit of time because we're going to be doing other things with this card. So there are my 3 circles that I need for my scraps of paper. Now, I will include the scraps in this just so you know. Okay, my green piece, I am going to put my banner on there and die cut those out. And when I do, I get those 2 little banners, straight little banners. All right, so now let's get down to doing some other portions here. So with this piece here, I'm going to be using the Timber 3D embossing folder. So just know that these dies, all of these dies can fit in your mini machine. So you don't have to have the big machine to cut these out. You can cut these on the mini. But in order to do the embossing, you have to have the big embossing machine, since this is one of those great big folders. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pieces and just kind of set them how I want them. Now, I know the other card that I made was a little bit different, but I think I like it going this way better. So what I want to do is I want to glue on my circles first. This one's got those fishing poles. And then those little fly fishing fly hooks here. So just like that. is how I'm gonna set that. And I want to grab my big machine so I can come in here and emboss this. So let me grab the embossing folder. And because this is a 3D embossing folder, I need to use my specialty plate, which comes with all of your machines that you purchase through Stampin' Up. So I'm going to place this in here with my Stampin' Up logo down here at the bottom. I'm just gonna set this in here. I know I'm awfully close to the camera, but otherwise you won't see. So that goes in there like that. Then I just stick that in there. Now I always make sure that my hinge is fitting inside of my machine first, so I don't get any warping and break my embossing folder. And then I put my specialty plate right on top of that, and then I run that through. Okay, and then that just gives that kind of that wood grain look on there. I really, really like how it embosses my paper at the same time as my background layer. It's just really kind of cool. It kind of just squishes those all together and makes it all kind of uniform on that paper. Okay, so now let's come in here and do some stamping. So I'm going to take my little scrap piece here and not lose my little banners. I'm going to be stamping the Hello Handsome. And I'm going to be stamping that in Mossy Meadow. Okay, just like that. Now I hold it for just a few seconds so it marinates into that paper. And then for the inside piece, I am going to add the To the Man Who Does Everything. Ooh. Took off sliding. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece here, and since I'm stamping already, I'm just going to add this right to the inside. Make sure that stamp's nice and juicy. Just like that. Beautiful. All right, and then we are going to glue this to the inside of our base here. And what I need to do, give that a second to dry. I'm going to grab the mini embossing folder, or mini embossing machine, and show you how with this, since I have this little tiny oval, you could go through and you can cut a bunch of ovals at one time, knowing that you're going to need them. But what I recommend is that you stamp first and then cut it out, because it's awfully hard to try to line up a red rubber stamp. Now, if it was a clear stamp, completely different conversation we'd be having right now. But with the red rubber, you can't really see around it to stamp completely centered into your oval die cut. So I like to stamp first and then add my die cut to it, because then I can center everything when I go to run this through the machine. did that go? Well, I guess, well, I'm gonna need that, so bear with me 1 minute. So I crawl around on the floor and try to find this. Oh, there it is. It went all the way to the other side. Well, I guess that's the part of stamping, right? That our dies go flying off and here we get stuck crawling around on the floor. Okay, there's that. So see what I mean? Then you get it in there nice and straight so it all looks nice and uniform. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this piece to the inside. Okay, like that. And then this piece is going to get glued right to the front. Now I'm going to be a little bit thicker on the glue since I've got this embossed and it does have more porous spaces for that glue to kind of seep up into, and I really want this to be adhered to the front of my card and not be lifted. Okay, like that, and then hold that down. Make sure I get that all adhered like that. Okay, and then with this little piece, I'm gonna take, this is gonna go on the front here, and I'm going to take both of these little tags and just put a little bit of glue on the upper portion and then kind of just stick these together like that. Now you can stagger them or do them however you wish. And then I'm gonna glue those to the corner here. Ooh, I've got glue on my fingers. I'm just gonna set that and place this right on here. Okay, let's grab some dimensionals. Like this, and just place this right here. Okay, there is our card. That is card number 1. Very simple, easy to do, but really gives it a lot of dimension. And, you know, with that embossed circles, it really adds a lot of dimension and element to this card that you could leave it plain. You don't even have to add the embossing to it and still have a really, really cool card showing off a lot of that designer series paper. And it's just really neat and fun. And like I said, quick and easy. All right, so there is card number 1. We did the To the Man Who Does Everything. Okay, let's get to card number 2. All right, so the next one is going to be using, let me get myself a little bit organized here again. This one, we're going to be using some pecan pie, one of our returning colors here. 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to fold this and burnish it. Some of Stampin' Up's colors really kind of make me hungry when I think of like pecan pie or pecan pie, however you say that word. It's just kind of one of those things where you're like, ugh. It's not nice that they make me hungry when I have to talk about our colors. Okay, so then my next layer is going to be 4 by 5.25. Did I cut that wrong again? Jeez Louise. Yep, again. But I think I cut this still wrong. I did. So let me grab another piece of pecan. in my scraps portion, and I need 4 1/4 by 5. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yep, that's what I needed, not that. Okay, so there is my 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to be my next layer. I have a piece of Very Vanilla 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go inside of my card, so I'm going to set that there for the moment. We are going to come in with our Versamark for this pecan. You could also use your pecan stamp pad. That would work as well. I just wanted to do kind of a subtle look, and that's why I chose to do the Versamark. So it gives you kind of a watermark base. And I'm going to be using the one right here that says, every day with you is another adventure. And it kind of has a little compass on there. So I'm going to grab that. And then the Versamark right here. So randomly just stamp this on here. I'm going to turn it so the words are a little bit more upright. And so it's going to be hard to see at first, but as that dries, it's going to start looking darker and darker as it gets kind of soaking into that paper. It's a watermark, so it grabs the color of the paper and brings it out. And I'll hold it up towards the camera as soon as I'm done stamping all of these, because then you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, just like that. So as that dries, this is also, Versamark is the same ink that you use if you want to do like an embossing, powder embossing. Maybe hold it over here so that you're not seeing that glare as much. But it gives you just that same color as your pecan, but almost like you've gotten it wet. And now it makes it a little bit darker. So it's kind of sticky and tacky at the moment because, like I said, it would have to normally hold your embossing powder. But as it dries, it won't be tacky anymore. And so I just set that aside. That's why I do that kind of first, so I can get everything else glued and let that dry. And then the more it dries, the darker those will become. And you'll really see those on the kind of the background of what we're gonna do today. All right, then your next piece that you're going to need is a piece of, this is Early Espresso, and this is 2 5/8 by 4 5/8. Then the next piece that you're going to need is, I grabbed a piece of that designer series paper. This has got those little flies on there, those hooks. This is, what did I say? 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. That's just gonna fit with 1/8 of an inch around that. So we can go ahead and adhere those two together. Where did I put my glue? Look at the back side. There's that pecan again. This is kind of a neat little layout that you can use with many, many colors, many, many papers. This is an easy, quick layout. Okay, there's that. Then I'm gonna grab my little inside piece here. I have just a little piece of 1/2 inch by 4 inch strip of that paper. We're just gonna put that along the bottom to kind of tie this card all together, bringing that same designer series paper to the inside of this card. Okay, let me cut off that little piece there. Okay, set that in there. I need a scrap piece of my, I'm gonna just come in with this same little scrap that I've already had. This is that Very Vanilla. And one thing I will tell you, if you have a stamp pad that doesn't seem to be holding ink very well and it's not stamping very well, take your Versamark and just lightly dab your stamp into your Versamark pad. It will make your ink stick much better to your ink pad and get a very, very even coat to your stamp, and it stamps very, very nicely. It's almost like that Versamark, since it has a little bit of stickiness to it, tacky, it really makes for a beautiful image when you stamp it after you've had some of that Versamark in there. And it's not gonna ruin your pad at all. So some people think, oh, I can't mix two inks together. You're not really mixing it because Versamark doesn't really, it's not really gonna come off your pad and go into here. Just be mindful. Don't get a bunch of Versamark on there and then go for it. But I didn't clean it after Versamark, and it just seems to do a really, really amazing job when sticking it in there. So for the inside of this card, we're gonna die cut that in just a minute, but for the inside piece, I'm gonna use the Wishing You a Happy Father's Day. And now this is where I'm going to take it, and I'm just gonna lightly, because early espresso, I want it to be very rich and you know, a really nice look to it when I stamp it down. I'm going to just lightly dip that in that Versamark and then come in and grab this ink, knowing that it's got a good layer, it's been adhered to that. And then when I stamp this, I always get a good crisp image after doing the Versamark. Beautiful. Okay, so done with that. We gotta put the lid on that, and we will die cut that little compass there. Clean that pad so I don't wind up sticking anything in there. I'm gonna slide that in there, and let's bring in that little embossing machine. Now this is the Boho Blue. This is a limited time or limited supply on these small Boho Blue embossing folder or embossing machines. So if you like the blue and you want it, don't wait too long, because we don't know how many are left, and you might want to grab those. So the circle, again, the one that we just used on that first card that I did all the little circles, that fits perfectly around this little compass image. Ooh, we're not throwing any more on the ground. I'm not going fishing again. All right, with this one, I need, where did I put it? I need my linen thread for this one. So this is the linen thread. You guys have seen me use this. So what I'm going to do is pull some of this off. I'm going to make a loop on one side and then make a loop on the other side. And then what I want to do on the back of this little compass is I take my Stampin' Seal and I just run a couple of little strips of this tape across there. And then when I take this, I'm gonna take one end, pull it a little bit longer than the other. And then the same over here, just like that. And then cut off another tail. These are not my ribbon scissors, as you can see. Okay, put both of those ends going the opposite way. and then hold that and then place that down just over that piece of tape. And then that way, if I hold this like this and I see that something's off balance, I can just slightly lift it up off of that tape and reapply it down to make it fit where I need it to, so I can see those kind of off the ends of both of those. So what I want to do now is, okay, go like that. That looks good. Now I'm going to come in with some of my dimensionals here. So then that just stays down the center and that tape will hold that in place. And then when I apply this, I guess I didn't glue the rest of this. Huh. I was unprepared. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this, and this is where I was saying it's gonna kind of cover some of those stamped images that we did with the Versamark. So it's going to look like a kind of, you've made your own designer series paper. So that's just going to go there. Just watching my margins. Then let's glue this in here. Okay, like that. Let's glue this down to the front. All right, and then now we can take this and holding my words where it's all kind of lined up there, I'm going to place this, watching my little pieces of string or my linen thread, and I'm just going to place that kind of right there. Okay. And there is card number 2. Better hold that down just a few seconds longer. And so there you can see that Versamark layer back there, and then some of my designer series paper along with our sentiment here. So very, very cute. Again, another simple, easy layout for you guys. Loving this new pecan pie paper. I love the color. And so there is another one of our fabulous Father's Day cards. And on the inside, we said the wishing you a happy Father's Day. Every day with you is another journey. So there we go. All right. So let me set that aside and let's get down to card number 3. All right. If I can see where I've put everything. Okay. I'm going to move my calendar out of the way. Okay. Let's put this. And just remember, when you place an order and you get these 3 cards from me, I will include the ribbon that we're using. I will include enough ribbon for you to do your card. Okay, so our last card is this super cute. I love this color. This is that Misty Moonlight that was returned in our refresh, our color refresh that we just had. So let me make sure before I go to do this and have it be too long. Nope, that's right. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. We are going to fold it in half and burnish this down. Okay, there's our base. Our next piece that we need is, actually, we're not done with this base. I fibbed. Okay, so we are going to take this And we are gonna cut this after you do you're gonna score it at the 5.5 or fold it in half. But what we really need, and I kind of already blew it because I didn't say it to begin with, this base, we're gonna cut this down to 5.5. So you're gonna have your base be 5.5 by 5.5, and then you're going to take your scoring blade and you're going to score it at the 4.25. So that's where you're gonna score it at 4.25, and then you're gonna fold that in like that. So your card is going to have just a little tiny what did I say? 1.25 inch little flap on it. Yep, 1.25 inch flap. So again, your piece is going to be 5.5 by 5.5. You're gonna score it at the 4.25, and that's gonna leave you this little 1.5. Now, you're going to need this piece right here. This is going to give you a 3-inch leftover piece, which you're going to need, and then you're going to cut it down because as it is right now, it's 5.5 inches long. You need to cut it down, cut 1 inch off, and go to 4.5 inch. Okay, then that will be discarded, or you can save it for a scrap. So this will be the next piece that you'll need. Then you're going to need a piece of your designer series paper. This is 4 by 5.25. You're going to need a piece of Very Vanilla. This is 4 by 5.25. You're going to need another piece of that core. I mean, you can decide what two papers look together, but you're going to actually flip this paper over and you're going to use the other side, or another piece from your paper pack that you think coordinate well with the paper that you choose to be your full piece that you want to see. This is going to now go on this little strip right here. We're going to see the majority of this fish paper here. So I really liked the way that this looked. But with this card, when you open it up, you're also going to see the inside of that designer series paper. So you're kind of carrying it throughout. And this is a really fun card because now you're displaying both sides of your designer series paper, which is really kind of fun. And we have a lot of paper that really works well with this kind of a card. But before I adhere everything, I want to get my Very Vanilla piece that's going to go in the inside. We're going to use that first and get that attached to the inside of our card because we want to match this over that once we get it in here. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's get our wishing, this is wishing you a happy Father's Day. We're going to stamp that in Misty Moonlight in the inside here. Just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to set that aside, and then that's going to go in there. Give that a second to dry. I need a scrap piece of my Very Vanilla, and I'm going to use the Holy Smokes, You're Amazing again for this card because I figured with the fish, it might be kind of cool to make it look like we're going to go fishing and then cook up some of our fish on the grill, because why not? I'm going to stamp that. We're going to die cut that, but like I said, stamp first, then die cut it. Okay, there's both of my stamped images done. Set that aside. This is going to go on our front. We're going to need a piece of Very Vanilla, which is 2 7/8 by 4 3/8. Now this is going to be just 1/8 of an inch smaller to fit inside of this. But what we need to do with this is I grabbed one of those embossing folders from the 3D Basics embossing folders. Now you get 3 embossing folders with this, and these are in my online exclusive store. So you're not gonna find these in any catalog. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, put this inside of here, and I'm gonna need to grab the big machine again. And I need to grab my specialty plate because again, this is a 3D embossing folder. Placing it in there with the hinge going to go in first. This goes right on top of your plate number 1. Then goes your embossing folder. Then goes your plate number 4 for your specialty since it's a 3D. And then we're gonna crank that through. Pull that out. Okay, and then there is our piece that has been embossed with kind of those little tick marks on there. Really like this embossing folder. I use this probably more than any embossing folder I have. All right, so let's get, you're also going to need a scrap of your Misty Moonlight as well. All right, these 2 pieces I'm going to adhere. Just right on this. Like I said, you're gonna see 1/8 of an inch around the outside of that. Okay, like that. Okay, set that aside. Set that aside. Now, let's adhere our inside Very Vanilla. Right to the inside here. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm just gonna match it up to that Very Vanilla and hold it there. And then what I want to do is just put a little bit of glue on the inside of this, because I can see, okay, that's gonna cover that, so I can do a little bit more glue to bring it to the outer edge, just like that. I wouldn't advise putting glue on here because you're going to want to leave a little bit of a margin on the inside that if you were to put glue on this side first, and if it goes over, it's gonna wind up sealing your card shut. So I would really advise doing it on your piece of designer series paper, because I will show you in just a second. You're gonna have a little bit of a gap in there, just like you do with your white. So see right there, you have that gap in there. And if you were to get glue all the way down there, it's going to hold your card shut and then it's not gonna open. Well, we want our card to open because we want to see all this beautiful paper. So there is our outside and our inside. Let's take this little strip right here and we're gonna glue this down. Okay, like that. All right, I'm gonna set that aside, let all that glue dry, and now we're going to play around with this. Get this die cut, get some die cuts out of this. So bring that little mini machine back in. We are going to die cut the oval out of this. Okay, again, lining that up. Okay, there's that. So set that aside. And then, while I have this here, we're going to take our scrap piece of Misty Moonlight, and we are going to use both of these pieces here. And we don't need to line them up with anything because they're gonna do their own little thing in here. So we're just gonna run those right through. Now, because they're kind of intricate, I'm gonna run them through a couple of times just to make sure that I get a nice crisp cut on those. So all my little detailed pieces come falling out and I don't have to kind of mess with it a whole bunch. Okay. And your little pieces should just come falling right out of there sometimes. Okay, come on, little guys. They're trying to hitchhike. We don't want you. All right, there's one. Kind of like how I tell you guys when things get stuck in your dies and you just want to kind of smack them down. That's kind of what I'm doing when I just flick that. When I flick it, those little pieces that are kind of trying to hitchhike here, they just fall right out. Okay, let's get all these because they always wind up going all over the carpet because that's just how that works. Okay, all these little things. Now, I will tell you, if you ever make a shaker card using like one of those little label pieces, these little tiny, they almost look like little diamonds. See how it looks like a little diamond that came out of these? They work great for shaker cards. Just saying, if you want to, you know, use up all of your pieces, they work great for that. Just get yourself a little jar and throw those in it. Okay, there are two little pieces. We also, oops, shoot, I forgot to die cut the other one piece that I needed. I also am going to take that circle again. We have used that on all three of these cards. So like I said, this set is going to give you a lot of use. I'm going to take, die cut that out of that Misty. Okay, there's that. Now I've used up my whole scrap, so that can go in the garbage. Here are all of our pieces. Flip this over. We're missing one here. All right. I have some of this Night of Navy Sahara Sand Baker's Twine. Now, we don't sell this anymore, but again, you will get this with your kit if you order the $35 of product from me and you get this kit as a thank you from me. I will supply you with this ribbon. I just thought it went so well with this paper, and I've got so much of it that I would love to share it with you guys. So this is going to be included. Again, it is the Sahara Sand in Night of Navy that just, I think it just works so well with this card. So I just decided that we're going to use it. All right, so I'm going to hold just enough because I'm just going to do a little knot on this and take this and wrap it around twice like that. Okay, I'm going to take this and tie a little knot all the way over here towards the edge. Now, I'm not doing a bow or anything like that because, again, this is a masculine card and I don't believe masculine cards need bows or embellishments, but it's yours. You do what you want. Okay. Or you can turn this into a feminine card. Again, all these layouts work very well with all sorts of cards. I'm going to move that up to more of the center there. Okay. Then we are going to grab place this on the inside of this little circle piece. Kind of just lining that all up in there, making it centered. Okay, that works beautiful. Now, oops, I need this piece. I'm going to just set that right there on that and kind of decide where I want these pieces. Now they're just gonna set on here like this, okay? So I just kind of see my sides and my corners. What I do is, because there's a couple of big spaces in here, I just take a little bit of glue on those and then lightly line the outer edges of this. And then I'm going to place that right like that. Okay, do the same thing on this one. Now these are fun. You can turn these things all sorts of ways. Yeah, I have to say I think this is my favorite as well, Nancy. I agree. I love the colors. Okay, take that like that. Kind of just watching the same spacing as I did on this one. Place that there. This one, for some reason, it just reminds me of, it's more nautical, and I'm assuming that's probably because of the blue. It just kind of gives me that nautical feel. So with this, watching my words in the middle, I'm going to take it, I'm going to flip it like this. And then when I place my dimensionals on here, I'm going to make sure that I do one on the bottom and one on the top. So then when I go to place this on here, my twine is a little thick, probably about the same thickness as my dimensionals. So when I go to place that in the center there, move this down just a little bit, it will hold the center of my my little circle here up. It'll pop that up in the center. And then all I have to do is just pop the outer edges, just like this, kind of watching both of those sides to get that thing centered, just like that. Okay, and I can always fidget around with this to get those kind of straight. If I want to spread them out a little bit, do that as well. Okay, there is that. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop it up even more. And again, because that thickness of that is in the center of my card, I don't have to worry about putting any dimensionals in the center, because that's going to be my, pretty much my dimension is that twine. Now this is just going to get placed right in the center of this base, just like that, watching all of my sides and then pushing that down. Okay, and then there is our card number 3. Yes, I agree. I do like this one best out of all of them. I think it is very, very cool. And I love that it displays both sides of that paper. And I don't know, I've not really been a fan of blue, but I've always loved this Misty Moonlight. So when they brought this color back, oh, I was just like, okay, cool. I can dig that. And then let's cut down some of this to give it more of that little nautical look. So let me bring in all 3 of the cards that we made today. Okay, here we go. Well, let's do it this way. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys love them. Yes, I had fun creating these and playing around with this set. I haven't played with it in a while because like I said, I've had it for a little bit now. But when I go to make my Father's Day cards, and like I said, my dad's birthday's coming up, I wanted to sit down and really make sure that I had some concrete masculine cards. My son has a birthday coming up July 1st. So yeah, we're full of birthdays during the summer. So there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoy these and you guys place an order with me and I will send you the kit to make all 3 of these cards so you can have some fabulous cards. Again, we use the All That die set along with the He's All That stamp set. And I did use 2 different embossing folders. This comes with 3 embossing folders in one, so you can, you know, clearly use that instead of having to order the Timber one, unless you already have the Timber 3D embossing folder. This is the 3D basics 3D embossing folders in the online store exclusives. Alrighty, so there you guys go. I will see you guys Thursday for coffee and cards. I will probably not do another Father's Day card since last Thursday Coffee and Cards was a Father's Day card using the same set. So you kind of get a bonus with this set. I made actually 4 cards. I really like the way that Coffee and Cards card turned out. It's more of the theme of this color. You've got more of your wild wheat and your mossy meadow. So I hope you guys check that out. If not, it's over on my blog. You can go to Coffee and Cards and check that card out and get another idea for some masculine Father's Day cards, birthdays, whatever. You put whatever sentiments you want on it. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me and spending your evening with me. And always, thank you so much for sharing with me. And I will get that stamp set posted. That is going to be up for grabs for sharing this video for me. I will get that posted so you guys can see what the giveaway is going to be, that stamp set. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you Thursday. Bye-bye.